Adventure with On Foot Films.
On this hunt, we're in the American Southwest on the quest for Muy Grande. Now, we don't speak Spanish, but we know that means biggin. And so, if I didn't say it right, I'm sure we'll hear about it. But season opener's tomorrow, and we're going to see what we can find.
We're ready to go. We don't know if we're going to find Joe's biggin or not, but this is sure a beautiful country.
Looks deep.
We'll find him.
Probably be in the bottom.
So today's opening day, and we haven't seen all that much for deer yet. We just made it back to camp here to regroup and look at some maps. This is an area we haven't been to before, and we're about 7,000 feet. And underneath this topsoil is a bunch of mudstone, and I'm not sure what happened way back in the day, but you're getting a bunch of petrified wood that's surfacing up, and me being a fan of all things ancient, thought it was pretty cool. Still looking for deer. We haven't seen a deer yet today. We heard an elk bugle this morning. And we've got, I don't know, several days that we're hoping to hang out here. I don't have a tag for this area, so I'm just a pack mule and camp cook. So, Joe found his frozen track. He broke out of the ice.
I told you, just like the ones you find in the rocks. I know my pterodactyl tracks. How hard can it be?
Find him anywhere.
You've got a cactus in your foot. I thought I heard a cow. I guess I heard a cow.
Oh, that's a nice buck, Joe. He's a crab claw 4-point. There doesn't seem to be a large population of deer in the area. I think we're impacted a little bit by the migration and the change of the weather that hit this place the week before we got here, pretty much, and the day that we got here, and it's also rained a little bit. It's kind of, we get this high desert country, and then you get a lot of water. The ground and the roads muddy up pretty bad. Not used to it with the runoff, so. But we're getting around pretty good. Of course, on foot you can do anything you want. We're not finding a lot of deer. We still got a few days. Weather's clearing up, so hopefully the whatever the patterns of these muleys are, will get back to normal. We've talked to some guys who did some scouting in this area over the summer, and they were, pretty excited to get here. And then the weather hit, and they're having a hard time finding them as well.
And this place has been in a pretty severe drought for the last year and a half, so we're not complaining about the rain. They need it pretty bad. But yeah, the snow's mucked the roads up pretty good, and up in the timber. I don't know that I'm not really sold on that they all migrated out. I think they just hold up because we're used to blacktail and Roosevelt elk and blacktail deer that just thrive on the rain, and these east side critters don't. So I think they're just kind of hunkered down more, and it is what it is. They'll get to moving again, and some of them might move down, but they're there. We've seen some bucks and some deer, and not a lot of sign of movement, but we'll find them. It's just a matter of we'll just keep hunting until we do. Remind me to put in for an elk tag in this unit. Damn. Look at that. Look at the mass on this thing. That's awesome. This is reminding me of our archery mule deer hunt last year in Nevada. All we kept seeing were great big bulls. That's from this year. Yeah, it is. It's all brown on that side. That's the other half of that same. Good job, man. What a monster. Wow. I'm gonna go back and get that other horn. We get back and pick it up. Yeah, okay.
So this morning, Joe and I are hunting the end of this tabletop on the edge of this mesa, and dropping off into the trees and the brush. We're looking for muleys, and I look into that rock, and I thought, holy crap, that's a house. It's really neat. And I guess the cool thing to me about it is a lot of times in the United States, when you run into something cool, it's already been found. And I'm not saying this hasn't, but most of the cool stuff, they try to turn into a national monument and charge you to look at it. And this is just in the boonies on the edge of a mesa. It definitely caught me off guard and took us by surprise. If you look on the inside as you get closer, you can see where the mud's interladen with the rock, and there's a wooden header and a window. There's even a place to hang your hat. So anyways, it's really cool. Joe found a couple elk sheds this morning, so he's going back to get them. I'm going to meet him at the truck. But I certainly wanted to at least mention this and how awesome it truly is. I'm not sure how well that's going to be shown with the shading and the sun placement. But earlier this morning, I told Joe, I said, it seems like even back in the day, the ancient ones had a timeout box. he said, yeah, maybe a minstrel hut. So, anyway, it's awesome out here. And for me, this is what it's all about. Oh my God. They're all underneath this rock. This is a dwelling. That's amazing. Hang on a second. You've got to be kidding me. Look at that. Let's see if I can show that. They're all underneath this rock. This is a freaking ruin. I gotta get Joe.